We are live. Well, welcome everybody. We are getting together again here at Phoenix Business Exchange. We meet every Thursdays here on in Canada, Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Just past 8 a.m. right now, and we've. Our job here is to just basically meet and see how we can converge and help each other in some way, whether it be somebody that we know about other people's services, or whether it's something that we could help move somebody sofa or whatever. So anyway, we're always here to help in some way, and so it's always great to be able to see you guys. So those of you that are on LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, or YouTube, well, welcome, and really happy that you're with us. I'm going to be presenting later, so we're going to be doing a little bit of something different. We're going to change things up a little bit, as I always like to do. So we'll just give you an idea of who and what Phoenix is. If you go to pbex.ca, that's phoenixbusinessexchange.com, you'll find this site. All right. If you ever are looking for a way that you could network in some way, the online space is a good one. But we do meet once a month, either at Hive or other places. Okay. We have a social coming up in another month or so to get together physically. But we have basically 4 chapters. It's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday of usually every day, every week in this space, from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're a coach, or if you're somebody that can do different types of businesses online, love to see you. Just come on in. Let us know you want to come in. We'd be happy to open up the door for you. We also have an after-hours group, and that one is happening next Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the evening. That was created so that, number one, people would have a way to go through a mastermind group where you can not only network your services, but you can also help your businesses in some way. If you have a problem, bring it to us and find out how we could help you clear those goals out that you really wanted. All right. So it's September the 1st, is that one in that space. And we have a whole bunch of special announcements for different activities coming up. Every Mondays, there's the Canada Growth Network that Bernie and Percy heads up in that space. And there's usually a presentation. I'm not sure who is it this week there, Bernie, or one that's coming up. I guess you always have a speaker.
I'll post it in the chat.
Okay, perfect. And on Tuesdays, East Trade Winds is another networking thing that's happened at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's that's global as well. So a lot of people from all over the world heads that up, and Bernie Fransgrote, does that. On the 25th of September, we have the Bell's Corners group at Hive, where we will get together personally at that space. And we had a really good turnout last time there, Bernie. That was awesome to actually see people there, and it was good to be able to talk to people and do that. So the stats for this part is we're over 38,000 in terms of referrals dollar-wise. Got 167 referrals this year, starting from January. And that adds to the 8,000 referrals that we've had over the last 10 years. Over 5 million in terms of shared business since that time. And we've had quite a history in there. Okay. If you want to know more about Phoenix, here's our QR code. Just click that, and you have a chance to see who and what we are. I just wanted to give you a quick idea of how our events thing works out. Number one, if you do have an event, we do have a way that you could post an event. Just simply put your link, if you have a picture of an event, or whether you're opening up a new business. Most of our members will have something new going on, whether they're going to be presenting somewhere, or there's a yoga thing happening on the beach, whatever it is. Just this is where our members can be able to post whatever content that they want. And as you can see, we have in the next couple of weeks we have our Labor Day, which here in Canada is is that where we have a lot of labor. Okay, and that week basically we have it off. It's a statutory holiday, and that goes out in there in that space. We also have a lot of other events that are marked down. I mean, we have Comic-Con coming up for those of you that are into that. Okay, and a lot of the other different types of events throughout our city is also posted there. If you know of some other place, we always like to do like things like the boat show and other events, just so that if you're creating an event, we want to make sure that it's not going to coincide with another larger event. Like if you have a lot of women coming to a certain event, and that's the same weekend that the women's show happens, where there's like 10,000 people going there, you may want to refigure that on another day, because you're battling a sort of a conflicting time there. So we have our education coming up, and Sam, you got something for us?
Actually, no, I don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I may have done this before, but I'm going to repeat it because I think it's a very important thing. I'm going to ask the question here. What's the most important thing in any relationship? Kelly.
I would say communication.
Nope.
Okay, next.
The most important. The most important.
Chemistry?
Nope.
Money.
Nope.
Well, then, I don't know.
Any relationship.
Sandy says trust.
Trust?
There you go, Sandy.
Okay.
Way
Sandy,
to go.
hit it.
Get it?
Sandy,
There
you
we
get
go.
a year supply of lip balm. Right there.
No, trust is the most important thing in any relationship, whether it be business and or personal. And how do you build trust in someone?
Communication, money, chemistry.
She's stuck on the money thing. I don't know what it is.
You listen, you pay attention.
You pay
What's that?
attention, she says. Sandy says pay
That'd be an
attention.
important one. Anybody else?
Listen.
Ideas?
Listen.
Listen. Yeah, sure. That's a good one. But any other?
Communication.
I heard
Flowers.
that already. Flowers? Yeah, no.
Consistency.
Being honest, being truthful. That's the most
Yes.
important thing. And when it comes to business, which we all have businesses, I think here, how do you maintain, let's say, how do you ruin a relationship with a customer?
I'm saying nothing, no
Follow up.
more.
How do you
No more
ruin
words.
a relationship?
Will you betray?
Don't follow
When
up.
you're honest.
When you're dishonest, there you
Oh.
go. When you're dishonest, that's how you ruin it. In other
Oh.
words, if you cheat or you lie to them or you do something like
Oh.
that, that person will not come back to you. You're going to hurt your relationship with them. And when it comes to a personal relationship, I saw the other day, I don't remember what I was on, some social media thing, and women particularly don't like when men lie to them. I think that's a huge one.
Talking.
And I think men are, I'm not going to argue with that. That would certainly be an important thing when it comes to women lying to their partner when it be a man. So there you go. Trust is the most important thing. Sorry, Kelly, it's not money.
We'll talk offline later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to you
Yeah.
there, Tony.
Okay, thank you, Chief. There it is, Sam. But you know, when honesty, I guess it all depends the balance here. Like, how do I look in this dress? You know, till you say, great.
Yes, there's times to be a little quieter.
There you go. Honesty with heart. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, thanks a lot, Sam. That's it's so important. Yes, yeah, your clients do have to feel that when they come to you, they feel good. There are people that I would not go to because it just feel icky. I know I'm going to be raked over the coals. So one of the problems is that there's very few people in that industry, so you have to deal with them. But yeah. So that's a good one. Thanks a lot, Sam. Okay, so let's go right into our infomercials. And why don't we start with Sandy, since she had the first one right there, Sandy, with trust. Way to go. You are the winner here. So why don't you tell a little bit about what you do there, Sandy?
Wow, it sounds, good morning, all. It sounds like I've got the winning ticket, but that's okay, because I'm a winner. Anyways, I'm Sandy, founder of Kmart Touch and Tell. And the reason why my business is called Touch and Tell is because I'm blind and everything I touch upon tells me a story. So therefore, I can create a deeper bond through pets and their pet owners, through massage, energy with chakras and crystals, nutrition, because nutrition and medicine come from the same source, and working with a company called Fitballs, which is working on physical conditioning, core strengthening, strength, and so forth. Over the last 30 years, I've given out tips and secrets and skills for people to take home and try it on themselves. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And they seem to come back because I'm honest. Thank you for that little lesson, Sam. And just to let everybody know, I do have an event out in Kempville. So if anybody's in the Kempville area and want to actually see what I do, come on out. Sandy Benoit, 613-762-8869. Thank you.
Where is this?
apologize.
It's in
I have a question.
Kempville. When is it?
It's this Sunday, actually.
It's a Sunday.
And,
This
yes,
Sunday
it's a-
or just any Sunday?
No, it's this Sunday coming up. I think there's 2 more months to happening, but it's actually this Sunday coming up. And it's a lot of fun. It's an agility event where there's a lot of action, a lot of noise, a lot of dogs. There's only 2 vendors, myself and someone who sells homemade dog treats and jewelry. So it's very kind of low-keyed, and we have a lot of fun. So if you want to come out and see us, you're welcome. It's on Taylor Road in Kempville.
Okay. If anybody wants some more information about that event, so is it what's the theme? Is it mostly dog related?
Yeah, it's agility. So anybody interested coming out to just see what agility is all about, they can come out with no charge.
Okay. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, perfect.
Thank you, everybody.
And over to Kelly. It's all yours, Kelly. Honesty, trust, money. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
There we go. Thank you, Tony, for that segue. Yes, thank you, Sandy. That sounds really interesting. And I wasn't sure if you were doing readings that day or all agility. So I look forward to learning a little bit more about that from you. Moving forward, hello. My name is Kelly Harrigan. I'm your local realtor. I'm fluently bilingual. I serve from Ottawa all the way to Toronto. I've got more than 20 years of experience in client service, executive level service, negotiation, advocacy. And I help buyers and sellers navigate the very complex world of real estate, help them make decisions, informed decisions with clarity and confidence. My clients receive honest advice, strong representation, and highly personalized support from the very first conversation all the way through closing and beyond. So whenever the transaction is concluded, the support does not end. I am there for you. I even get phone calls 2 years down the road asking questions about, their systems, their homes in general, and asking for my referrals to service professionals. So you can always count on me. I will not let you down. I will not betray you. And I'm here for the long haul. So yes, my entire business is foundationally built upon relationships. Thank you, Sam. And hopefully, even though he's poking a little bit of fun, hopefully through our professional relationship with me as a realtor, you as buyer or seller or investor, you can also make money on your investment. There we go. BAMs, I've had actually a really busy week of BAMs. I met with Q. We had Vietnamese food and we talked about her financial services. Then I had the beautiful opportunity to meet again with Madame Jacqueline Richard, otherwise known as Jacqueline Richards, who is surprisingly Anglophone. despite the French name, topic of discussion. And that was wonderful as well. We're going to try to do some referral business together. We'll see how that manifests. And if that doesn't happen today, it will happen in the future. So thank you all very much. I'm going to put my contact information in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sandy. Oh, and Kelly. Get Sandy on the brain. Okay.
That's right.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Kelly. That's great. Yeah, I've noted the stuff there. And over to Sam.
Thank you, Tony. Morning, everyone. Sam Stewart, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. Dash cameras are a main thing. In fact, I installed one yesterday in a 22 RAV4. I know, Tony, you have a RAV4, I believe, and your son actually has a RAV4. So very popular vehicle these days. And this one was a hybrid with the plug-in hybrid. So this guy really likes his vehicle. He put a dash camera in it, and when he went to pick it up, I got to meet his son, Evan, which was a great surprise. Great little kid. He's going to be going off to junior kindergarten next week. So that was a cute kid I got to meet yesterday. That's it here. Besides that, I also do other things like minor repairs of vehicles, oil changes, brake jobs, wheel bearings, tie rods, things like that. So if you have any complaints that way, maybe give me a try or give me a second opinion when it comes to the cost of repairs. As far as BAMs go, I don't have any new BAMs to report, but I have caught up with all my clients that were waiting for me while I was away on holidays. So I'm happy about that because I'm one of these people that if I have something outstanding, it drives me crazy. So I've got caught up with all my clients, so I'm a happy camper that way. And as I mentioned before the meeting started, we won our baseball game last night. We ended up in third place. Didn't win the championship, but ended up in third place, so I'm happy about that one. Back to you, Tony.
That's great, Sam. That's awesome. Good job. I love it that you're so active. It's really great. And over to Kat. Are you okay to mention something?
Am I okay to mention something? Was there anything in particular you would like me to mention?
No. I just making sure that you're okay, and that's me.
I am. Thank you for checking. So this is a repeat for some of you. It is new for others of you. So I'd like to invite you to join Penny Lee tomorrow for a very special Nia dance class. She's going to be 60. So she's having a dance class at her home at 11 a.m. tomorrow. She'd love to celebrate her milestone surrounded by as many people as possible. She'd like to have some dancing, laughing, moving, and just having a fabulous time together with everybody. Because it is a birthday celebration, there is only one thing that you need to bring to this free class. One thing is a free birthday hug. So she's looking to get 60 hugs tomorrow. So whether you've done Nia before, whether it's something that you've done consistently and you want to go and participate, please go along and give her a hug. If it's not a thing that you would like to try, no problem. But I still personally would love it because you're a lot closer than I am, so I can't do it myself. I would love it if you would go along to find Penny Lee at her home and give her a birthday hug, not just from me, but from you as well, because it is her ultimate goal for her 60th trip around the sun to get 60 hugs from her friends, family, and absolute strangers because she's that way inclined. She loves hugs. So please go and give her a hug. Make her happy. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Kat. I'll see what I can do. I have a number of things happening that day, but Penny Lee's worth it. So we'll see what we can do. Thank you for that reminder. Jacqueline, over to you.
Wow, trips around the sun. How bonus is that? Because I know
That's
I
it.
took a long, beautiful breath. I lifted my shoulders, I took them back. Oh, and I released them down. I extended my arms out, palms open, because that's what we do all day long. We serve. Pinkies together, Sam. Pinkies together. And then I'm going to ask you to take it all the way back, take that energy behind you and release the arms down, because we forget that we hold so much energy that we may not want in our neck, shoulders, back. When we're not having a tuning with Tony, we sometimes forget to shake it out. And that's what I do first thing in the morning. I shake it out and get ready for the day. I have a client who asked me about refinancing their home, and they're refinancing because they want to put a second unit in the basement. And they said, Jacqueline, can I do that? Well, absolutely, you can. And there's requirements that for a compliant second unit, any additional unit. And it means that even though there's a space to sleep, you need to have a kitchen. You need to have a bathroom. For it to be compliant, that's just one of the essence. There's 4, but that's just 2. We all know that there needs to be an exit to the outside from that unit. We know that there needs to be a certain size of windows in the unit. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money and the income, and you're working with Kelly, who's saying, hey, a second unit that can be helpful could bring additional opportunities for them. When you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, you absolutely need to contact your mortgage honey. And so it was groovy to have a coffee with you, Kelly. What a riot. Thank you so much. And I also had a conversation with Percy. We're going to be working together. I'm tickled pink because Bernie and I had that conversation. Maybe it's time, Jacqueline. Oh, maybe it's time. I think he said it kind of like that. And East Trade wins. So it's been a busy moment, and I'm tickled because next week, well, actually later today, around 9:45, we're going to have the eclipse that shows up for us. So why don't we all have a long, deep breath and a cup of tea, and cheers.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. That's awesome. And over to you, my friend Bernie.
Well, folks, good morning. And, having Tony and Jacqueline and on occasion Carl too show up at East Trade Winds, it's always good. It's a good sense of community. I've left a couple of items in the chat, so it just demonstrates who's been talking. Carl has been talking because Carl Richards was presenting at Canada Growth Network this week. And the link is in the chat. It leads you back to, the story, links to the audio, the video, all the usual suspects. Vance's content, he was speaking at East Trade Winds also. Great speaker, a lot of tidbits in there. Even if you don't have time to watch the episode, in either one of them, details are in the blog. So just capitalize on that. What do I do? Well, those are 2 elements that I do. I also have the Knack for Business podcast, and that's where most of the guest speakers come from that feed into this flow. Profit 10 snapshot, like 5 minutes, yes, no's, to figure out where the gaps are in your business. Basically, if you can't take 30 days off, there might be an issue, or it might be just by design. You got questions, reach out to me, and I'm going to stop talking because I could keep going because there's always more to tell, and I don't want to put you guys to sleep. Over to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Bernie. And hi, everybody. Tony Jennis, higher self. Well, those of you that know me then have experienced either coming in for a tuning or whatever, but realize that all of that doesn't come right from me. I am not a counselor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a trained psychologist. Everything I get is from the energies around you. When people come in, they usually come in with an entourage. What do I mean by that? Well, your ancestors, Uncle Bob, whoever that recently passed, there is an understanding or a belief anyway that when something happens to our loved ones, they go to heaven, they go to the light, and we never see them again. Well, that's not true. many of them, and you would do the same if you had to transition. What would the first thing you'd think of? You want to make sure your kids are okay. You want to make sure your spouse is okay, and so you'd kind of hang around. You'd stay, and that's usually what happens. So when I get somebody, sometimes yesterday was comical. It's like when this person came in, there must have been like 15 people, 15 energies around them. And they're all clamoring to try to get a word in edgewise because this person has never had a reading, never had any kind of energy work done. So we call them, and a lot of people will say that they're green, in the sense that they just don't know what this is about. The reason that they came was that it was always this curiosity that they hear about all these things, and he says, "What would be in it for me?" So I'm glad people have that curiosity, and they waited that long. This person was in their 50s, so it's you are connected in more ways than you know. And what I wanted to do in this time where I'm explaining a little bit about what I do in the industry that I'm in is that I'm going to go through sort of a reading for everybody. But I want to make it so that it is also confidential. So I'm not going to tell the person or you who it is. I'm just going to give you various information. And so when I give you or whoever a reading, it could apply to you and or your spouse, because you and your spouse are pretty close together, so sometimes it'll bleed into one or the other. Okay, so I figured that with a reading, what a reading really is, first of all, is exactly what the way it sounds. It's a reading, meaning that it's a little bit like you having a book, and it's facing outward, so it's wide open. Chapter 14. What's happening in my life? Where do you want me to go? That's the first thing I usually will ask, is that where do you want this to go? In other words, do you want to talk about your business? You want to talk about your health? You want to talk about your recent ticket that you got in your car? You want to talk, like, where do you want this to go? Because you literally, they could be hours and hours. But if I only have a person for a half an hour or an hour, we want to make sure that we're zeroing in on what they want to know. It's a little bit like me going into your house and going through all of your drawers and your closets, only to find that you've got some pink socks in one of the drawers, and here it is. But that's good, but I really wanted to know what's happening in the front door. So this way, I usually will get an idea of where to want to focus on. And so Spirit always has so much. I got a call yesterday from one of my clients, and they got a letter from their employer because there seemed to be some kind of conflict of interest that they were doing, and nothing wrong was done. It was just that there was a question that came up, and I said, okay. They said, okay, I think I got this, but I'm going to call Tony just to see what his take on it. I was on the phone for about 40 minutes. Because Spirit had a lot to say, and it really brought the stress level down. It says it's okay. It's just an inquiry. It's nothing to worry about, is what I was getting. And as I was reading it through, and I can do it over the phone, and I didn't need cards like I'm going to show you today, but essentially there's an energy around everything. And in some way, it's an improvement or it's a recalibration of what your energies are. So I don't need to know all the details in whatever deal you want to do or whatever house you want to go to or whatever person you'd like to go steady with or propose to. But there's an energy around it. And if it has really nothing to do with your destiny, it's something that you want to do, then, Spirit will let you unless you ask. You say, what do you think? There's been a few times where people have come in and I've given them a reading, and sometimes they fall flat in the sense that they've already proposed to this person and the Spirit said it could have waited. So in other words, when it's at least the person knows right now what they could do. But it's always better to get a reading before you make a decision. Again, yes, you want to do all your due diligence. You want to make sure that whatever you're going to do is workable. Whether it's an investment, whether you want to buy a house, buy a cottage, and people get really excited that let's go and buy a cottage. And the one that I got last week was Spirit says, "Well, have you ever owned a cottage?" And I already know the answer, so I'm always usually will ask just to see their reaction. And they said, "Nope, but I really want a cottage." I says, well, Spirit said, "Why don't you rent one for a couple of weeks first, just to see if you'd like to have that kind of a lifestyle?" Because it is a form of a lifestyle where you could just jump in your car, go your 40 minutes to whatever lake you're going to go to, and that would be okay. But this is the idea is when you're in that space where you're looking at buying this, you got to realize that if the roof needs fixing, you got to get out there and fix the roof. If all of a sudden your pump's not working, when you're sitting on deck looking at the sunset is the after of all the other work that needs to happen. So if you're getting something relatively new, then there's probably no worries for a while. But there's still going to be maintenance and things like that. So this is just like average advice you can give somebody. But Spirit starts off this way, so it gets the person thinking. If a person says, "No, I'm very, very well aware of that. I still want it," then it's okay. Now that we got you there, which one are you looking at? And if they haven't made up their mind yet, this is where they can help. They could tell you whether or not the buyer is hiding something. And most times it is like that. It's like, okay, we're going to show this, but we won't talk anything about the encroachment. No encroachment, because that always brings up a sort of a, and Kelly knows all about this. There could be something on a property that another neighbor might be contesting, or they might be into something. But you got to realize that when you are looking at different products, people want to sell it. So as long as, and Sam brought it up very well, being authentic and being honest with something is a good thing, but what if the honesty can actually jeopardize the sale itself? So this is where when someone asks me, this is what I'm reading. It doesn't mean it's deceit. It just means it's not on the table. It's not transparent. You still might end up buying it if you know there's an encroachment. It says, "Oh, okay, so let's look into that if it's a minor thing." But we can talk to people like Kelly and other professionals of whether or not that's going to be an issue. And if it's just always been avoided, maybe we should, at this point, let's see if we can fix it up. So anyway, what a reading is basically is you have a book open, and then I'm reading that. So, but basically it's your book. I'm not inventing it. I'm not. It's coming out of my energy. It's coming out of yours. And so my quest is always to be able to turn the book around in time, so you should be able to read your own energy. And after a while, you get things like gut feelings. You'll get intuition. You'll get different things that you'll be more and more certain about what your reading is all about. The book isn't yours. It's your soul's journey of what you've been doing over the many, many lifetimes that you've been around. This is not the only time you've been in a beautiful, cushy earth suit, as we call it. All right? There's been many times that you've been in this, but you don't remember any of it. And that's the point. When you don't remember something and there's no map, there's no sales manual, there's nothing to read, we kind of go through this in the dark, as they say. But in that, when you look at it, you'll start attaching and you'll start activating the things you already have. Intuition is what everybody has. Everybody's born with it. Everybody has a sense. A lot of times it's just dummied down, or it's watered down so that we don't see a lot of it. So I'm just going to give you just a very quick idea of, now this is one person or a person's spouse. So what the first thing I was getting in this one was the first card that came up. Okay, I wonder who that could be. So trust came up first, And that would be that this person is very much always in the quest of how it looks to other people for them to look trustworthy. Not that it's a strong suit. It's just that when this person looks at themselves, they see themselves as very trusting, and they do the same measuring stick with other people. So if anybody ever crosses this person, has any distrust, never deal with that person again. That's what that energy is. Here's the second of that, and that's listening. Okay? This person loves to listen, loves to be able to hear people, and they also expect other people to hear them. The biggest insult for this person is to be in a room where they would talk and nobody cares. This person would not want to be in that space. Okay? So the third one for this person is something about a peace offering. When this comes up, it has something to do with maybe inadvertently in a party, and it could be a networking meeting or something, where they inadvertently might have said something at a party, family reunion, anything like that, and there was some kind of discord. And so wherever that is, they're not telling me what it is. This person probably knows. But the idea here is that when this person focuses on that, what did I say that was really a big deal? Somebody took offense to it because they just misunderstood what I was saying. And so all the peace offering is basically give peace to yourself, realizing that whatever you would say, other people should know where you are. If you are a trustworthy person, if you are a person that is professional, and if you always resonate to this high standard, other people should know that it's just one of those things. To be able to be so trusting and being able to be nice to other people, if the one time something is said, that should give you the idea that if somebody takes offense over one comment, it means there's something in them that they were looking to be insulted. They read it that way. It's not that you were, is that that's the way that they wanted to spin it. So it's not your fault. Okay, so hopefully this was of value. Okay, another one that I opened up here. This person, number one, is your goals aren't clear enough. Okay, what does that mean? Is that anything that you're trying to do at this moment, it's all in the head. It's all, okay, this is what I want to do, and I did, and it's all in your head. Nothing is written down. So Spirit is saying to write it down, please. Write it down, because when you see it on paper, and this is one of the things when you write something, do not put it on a computer, like type it, because it's not the same energy. When you write something with your hand, most people are right-handed, and if you're left-handed, it's the same. But when you write something, this is the giving side of you. So most people will be right-handed, so the left side is receiving that stuff coming in. So if I'm paying a bill, and I'm paying somebody in cash, more often than not, that person will hold out their left hand. More often. Or if I give somebody a check, it'll usually be the left hand that goes out, because that's the receiving. If it's the right hand, it means they're overgivers. Meaning that, this check is going right from me to this person, or right from this to pay something, okay? So, but it's usually the left hand. The right hand is anything that you do, you're writing something down, you're making a note, so that comes out of your right side, okay? So when you write it down, it's really important, Spirit is saying, that you could see it tangibly, how it works out. And all the things that were in your head, start putting it down on paper, all right? If you're still having an issue, the next thing I was getting is they go outside. There's fresh air, go outside. Just get away from it. If you've already decided that you're going to be writing things down and you're having an issue, it's okay. It's part of the energy. That's the hook. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means there's something in the way. So go to a forest. Now, most people hug trees, But for this person, what you need to do is turn around and put your spine right where the tree is. So you're looking out. So you put your back to the tree so your spine runs laterally. And what the tree will do here is the slowdown of energy is based in your spine somewhere. It's usually in the L1, L2, which is mostly family. We can all kind of relate to that sometimes. But it has to do with the entire spine, meaning that you need that flow. Once you can, and just put your back to a tree and look out and just talk about all the great things that could happen to you, all the great possibilities that there are. If you can't think of any, then just wait. In that silence, the tree will clear whatever's going on, and all of a sudden you'll start thinking more positive thoughts. Okay? And the next one I got was this one. It's Cupid. Whenever I get this card, it has to do with one or more of the thing. One is you are going to fall in love with yourself to a deeper degree. That's one end. It's not just finding somebody else. It's finding a new respect and a new love for yourself. Being able to see yourself as, you know what, I am a kind of a nice person. I don't know where I got the fact that I'm down all the time or depressed. Okay, so look for that new part of you that really wants to do it. The next one is all about joy. Have fun. You're taking things too seriously in this particular case. The things that have happened had to happen for you to get here. Because the reality is, they're saying, for this person, is that if you didn't act on something and you kept putting it off, and you're just not wanting to shake the boat or whatever, something had to happen for the universe to come in and just make it happen. A good example would be, let's say you have the job that you hate. You really hate this job. Now, this is hypothetical. It's not for you, okay? It's hypothetical. So let's say you hate this job, and then you say, oh, I would really like to be a singer, or I really like to be a sculptor, or something to do in the arts, or I want to be a mechanic, let's say, okay, but they're doing something else, and they really don't like it, but they love cars, okay? This is not about you, Sam. I get just an example, okay? So then you kept putting it off. All of a sudden, you'll get laid off. Now you don't have a job. They'll have a good package for you so that when you leave, you can at least take something. And then maybe then you could say, well, no, you know what? I've always wanted to be this mechanic or this singer or whatever. Now you have the opportunity to do so. So in other words, the things that have happened isn't bad. It just had to happen for you to get back on the path that is right for you. We can always go four-wheeling beside the 401. Okay? You can go right into the bush, the heavy bush, and do all the, and you're going to be going 20 kilometers an hour, and it's still going to seem fast with all the bumps and everything else. But you're right next to the 401 where you can go on the highway, and then you can go 100, and it still seems slow. All right? So sometimes there's a correction. Not the wrong direction, because you're all going in the right direction, but the terrain is different. Okay? So go to it with joy. Know that if you have your goals that are clear and concise, get out to the fresh air and start to see yourself as something really good again, things will start happening. Okay? That's what for that person. Another one I was getting is the same idea. This one, again, this had crystal clear intentions. So whatever your intentions are, they're not clear. So it's similar to the other one. So but the one here is that you want to really produce something and you're not sure where to go. So one of the biggest things you're experiencing now is that you don't feel safe. You don't feel that the energies have your back. Or you could have maybe somebody did something to you. They're not saying what it is, but it's not important. Whatever happened put you in this position is like you don't feel safe. You feel like there's no guidance. It is okay. It is okay. You are safe. You are in this right place. And all they're saying is very similar to the other one. start writing, creative writing, start journaling some of the things that you've done. When we look at some of the things that we want to accomplish, sometimes, many times, all of us forget what we've done. If you could start writing down all the things and all the milestones you've had over the years, all right? You became a mom, or you became a dad, or you became somebody that maybe you got into a certain university or college and got. Anyway, you write down all of your accomplishments that you could remember. And over the course of the next 3 days, is what they're saying, start writing down all the things you have accomplished. And there's so many people that love you, so many people that have such a high regard for you, but you don't think it's a big deal. All right? You need to remind yourself that, hey, I've done this, and it's not your accomplishments that's going to really define who you are. It's the fact that who you became when you got those accomplishments done. I really don't care about the fact that you got your degree. I care about the version of you that came out because you got the degree. What kind of person is it? That you don't forget your roots, that you're now educated, but you're that, okay? And the other one is, we got this card. There is a person in heaven you've lost recently. I'm getting it's a feminine person, so it could be a grandmother, aunt, a mother, that kind of thing, that passed away, and she just wants you to realize that I'm okay, all right? Sometimes when a passing, we think we've lost somebody. On a physical level, that may be true, but it's not a total loss. It's they're in on another language. Because if you look at our society, most of the interactions you've had with this person when they were with us, they weren't in front of you. They could have left the room and they're in the kitchen. What would you like for lunch? You don't see them, but you certainly hear them, and you know they're on the other side of the wall. Or you could be on the phone. Yeah, how you doing? So many occurrences happen that they weren't actually in front of you that you could touch them, but they were there. Okay? So this is the same thing, it's just in a different way. You have a different relationship, as Sam brought up. So it's all about relationships and having that communication. But they're just saying hi, that I'm okay. So I hope this came at a good time. The other thing this person is saying is that the clairsentience, when I get a card like that, it means you are way more talented than you think you are. Okay? You have a lot of things going for yourself, and so just realize that there's a lot of skill underneath all of that we'll be able to tap into. Okay, and maybe one more here. I'm still getting this person is probably going to watch this in the recording if that person has left. But if this is you, one of the first ones I was getting here is about your health. You're going through a health challenge right now, and part of the health is a gift. I know it's been really challenging. And there might have been hospital visits. I'm seeing doctors. I'm seeing, tests, medical tests and things are coming back. And some of them are okay. Some of them are improving, but still not where you want to be. Just realize that this is all to be able to expand your whole system. The way our body works is that we look at the energies that we are holding on to, and that makes us either sick or it makes us better. When we look at our circumstances and keep poking away at I shouldn't be in this position, I should be in a better position. Essentially, the spirit understands the fact that you don't want to feel that. But it's still a conflict because you are where you are because there's a reason for it. And when you activate yourself, it says, okay, this is where I want to be, then your body and your health will start to improve. So one of the biggest things is let go of the anger, let go of the forgiveness, or the forgiveness is a big deal in my world. A lot of people say, how can you forgive the unforgivable? Somebody who goes out and intentionally tries to hurt you, or inadvertently always thinks of themselves and never thinks of other people, that kind of thing. But in the end, you got hurt in some way. Realize it that that person came into your life to teach you what forgiveness is about. And as they say, when you forgive, it sets you free. But getting there takes a long time. So if any of this resonates with you, you can always get a hold of me and we can clarify that. But it's safe and powerful in the sense that when you are determined that, and you know who you are, your body knows who you are. And if your mind sort of goes together, mind, body, and spirit are all together, that's when you get optimal health. When you feel exactly the way your body resonates, you don't get sick very often. In fact, very, very little. Okay, you have to honor the guidance within your heart, and then soon after that, after you get all that aligned, prosperity will come. So if you're in a position, or if you know yourself in a position, or if you're part of your family members are going through this, realize that prosperity is right after you get all the things aligned that you need to. Because when you are aligned inside, everything else sort of comes into play. All right? So I hope this was helpful, whoever this was directed to, okay? And even maybe there might be somebody online. Says readings like these, sometimes there's more than one person that has the same pattern, and I hope this helped, okay? Okay, so we're at 9:04, so we want to say thank you very much for staying with us. Those that are still on Facebook Live and LinkedIn Live and YouTube, thank you so much. It's really an honor for us to be able to help you in some way through business. We can also help each other on a personal level. Because when our business is successful, we have a good, successful personal life, and it doesn't mean it fits into a cookie cutter. It means that you are okay with who you are inside. That's all that matters. Now, whether you have a family of 250 or you're by yourself, it's all about, this is where I need to be, and you're happy being there. That's what that is all about. So we're happy that you're able to do that. So until then, hopefully next week we'll see you again. And if you have a business, come to see one of us either from Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday on our site, or actually come in, tell us a little bit about what you do and how we can help. All right. Until then, have yourself a great week. And what's the quote for the day?
Well, $20. It's going to cost
$20?
No. Yeah, there you go. There's the trust factor. The quote comes back. The most common way people give up their power is thinking they don't have any. Alice Walker. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one. I really like that, Bernie. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody.